The Zephyrian delegation landed in Marcus Chen's wheat field on a Tuesday morning, their sleek silver vessel crushing 3 rows of golden stalks. Marcus watched from his porch, coffee mug in hand, as the aliens emerged with their characteristic arrogance. Tall, crystalline beings that refracted sunlight into rainbow patterns across their translucent skin. "Primitive human," Ambassador Veltar announced, his voice resonating through universal translators. "We require this land for our mining operations. Your agricultural endeavors are an inefficient use of planetary resources." Marcus took a slow sip of his coffee. At 67, he'd seen enough to know when someone was trying to intimidate him. "This farm's been in my family for 8 generations. We're not selling." The Zephyrians laughed, a sound like wind chimes in a hurricane. "You misunderstand, Dirt Scratcher. We are not offering to purchase. We are informing you of our intent to requisition." Their survey drones had already begun scanning the property, mapping the underground mineral deposits that the Galactic Mining Consortium coveted. Rich veins of tritanium and rare earth elements stretched beneath Marcus's 1,000 acres, enough to power a dozen star systems. "My grandfather planted these fields after the Third Galactic War," Marcus said conversationally. "Funny thing about war, it changes the soil composition, makes things grow differently." Veltar's crystalline features shifted in what might have been amusement. "Your species' primitive conflicts are of no concern to us. The Zephyrian Empire has conquered 17 systems without resistance. Your Earth military is quaint." Marcus nodded thoughtfully. "You're probably right. We humans aren't much for direct confrontation anymore. Learned our lesson about that." He set down his mug and walked to the edge of his porch. "Tell me, Ambassador, what do you know about human agricultural history? Why would we concern ourselves with such mundane matters?" "Well, see, my great-great-grandfather was quite the innovator. During the war, when the Centauri Federation tried to blockade Earth, he developed some interesting farming techniques." Marcus gestured toward his fields, where the wheat swayed gently in the morning breeze. "Had to get creative about protecting his crops." The survey drones continued their work, penetrating deeper into the soil. One of them suddenly stopped transmitting. Then another. "Technical difficulties?" Marcus asked mildly. Veltar's aide whispered urgently in their crystalline language. The ambassador's prismatic form flickered with agitation. "Our equipment is malfunctioning, no matter. We have sufficient data to begin excavation tomorrow." "I wouldn't recommend that," Marcus said. He pulled an old weathered device from his pocket, something that looked like a farmer's remote for irrigation systems. "See, the thing about the Chen family is we've always been practical folk. When the war ended, we didn't just bury our weapons and forget about them." The first Zephyrian to notice the movement in the wheat field pointed with alarm. The stalks weren't just swaying anymore, they were parting in geometric patterns, revealing dark shapes beneath. "We integrated them into our daily lives," Marcus continued, his thumb hovering over the device's central button. "Took some doing, disguising military-grade terraforming equipment as farm machinery. But you'd be surprised how similar the technologies are." The shapes emerging from the fields were massive, mechanical harvesters the size of buildings, their surfaces covered in what the aliens had dismissed as rust, but which Marcus knew was adaptive camouflage. Photosynthetic panels disguised as crop monitors powered fusion cores that had lain dormant for decades. "The Centauri thought they were smart too," Marcus said as the first harvester's weapon systems came online. "Right up until they realized that every farm on Earth was actually a military installation. Turns out humans don't like being told where they can and can't live." Veltar's crystalline form was now pulsing with alarm frequencies. "This is impossible. Our intelligence reports indicated Earth was demilitarized after the Galactic Accords." "Oh, we were?" Marcus smiled. "Officially. But farmers gonna farm, you know, and sometimes wheat needs protecting from pests." The harvesters were fully active now, their adaptive AI systems recognizing the threat pattern and responding accordingly. Weapons that could level mountains disguised as irrigation systems, shield generators hidden in silos, communication arrays masquerading as weather monitoring equipment. "Every farm family on Earth has been keeping the old knowledge alive," Marcus explained as more mechanical guardians emerged from fields across the horizon. "Teaching our children how to maintain the equipment, how to make it look like innocent agricultural machinery." "You picked the wrong planet to bully." The Zephyrian ship's engines whined as they prepared for emergency departure. Veltar backed toward the vessel, his arrogance replaced by something approaching panic. The Galactic Mining Consortium will not stand for this aggression. Tell them to bring a bigger fleet next time, Marcus called out cheerfully. And maybe do their homework first. Humans have been fooling inspectors and hiding weapons for millennia. It's practically our specialty. As the alien ship lifted off, barely avoiding the targeting locks of 6 different defense systems, Marcus returned to his porch and picked up his coffee mug. The harvesters were already settling back into their disguised positions, solar panels retracting, weapon systems powering down. His grandson Jake came running from the barn, eyes wide with excitement. "Grandpa! That was incredible. Are they coming back?" "Maybe," Marcus said, settling into his rocking chair. "But probably not. Word gets around pretty fast in the galaxy when someone discovers that farmers can bite back." He looked out over his peaceful fields, where the wheat swayed innocently in the afternoon breeze. Somewhere beneath that golden carpet, the old war machines settled back into their patient slumber, waiting for the next time someone made the mistake of underestimating human ingenuity. "Come on, Jake," Marcus said, standing up. "Those aliens crushed 3 rows of wheat. Time to teach you how to operate the reseeding harvesters." The boy grinned. "The ones with the really big guns?" "Those are the ones," Marcus chuckled. "Can't have a proper farm without proper protection." As they walked toward the fields, Jake asked, "Grandpa, are there really hidden weapons on every farm?" Marcus smiled and ruffled the boy's hair. "Son, there's an old human saying, never start a fight, but always finish it. We learned a long time ago that the best way to keep the peace is to make sure everyone knows the cost of breaking it." Above them, the blue sky was clear and peaceful, hiding nothing more threatening than a few passing clouds, just the way humans liked it.